Grab your phone, open Instagram, or your banking app, or even your weather app. Scroll for 10 seconds. I bet you just saw at least 3 examples of what I'm about to teach you. Maybe a squishy 3D icon, a puffy character with rounded edges, a pastel blob that looks like you could squeeze it through the screen. Here's the part that should make you pay attention. The studio that made that squishy little loading graphic, they probably charged more for it than a traditional VFX house would charge for a photorealistic car crash. And they delivered it in a day. Welcome to Soft 3D. It's taking over every brand you can name. Apple, Microsoft, Duolingo, Notion, Airbnb, they're all dumping their sharp, corporate vector look for something that feels like a digital stress ball. And here's the kicker. Most 3D artists have no idea how to make it. They're too busy learning hard surface sci-fi armor and photorealistic skin pores. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why brands are throwing money at this aesthetic, the one fatal mistake that instantly exposes an amateur, and a specific reason why right now, literally this quarter, is the perfect time to master it. But first, I need to show you why this isn't just a cute trend. Three years ago, if a brand wanted to look premium, they hired someone to make glass, chrome, and marble. Sharp reflections, cold perfection. It said we're expensive. Now, that same brand wants to look like a marshmallow. I'm not exaggerating. Microsoft's entire Fluent design system pivoted to soft, bubbly 3D avatars. Apple's Memojis got rounder and more tactile. Duolingo's owl went from a flat vector to a plush toy-looking 3D character that people actually emotionally attach to. Even banks are doing it. I saw a cryptocurrency app last week that used soft, clay-like coins with fingerprint smudges on them. A bank, using intentionally imperfect art. So what happened? The short answer, hyperrealism became a commodity. Anyone with a decent GPU can make a shiny car now. But making something feel touchable, that requires a completely different skill set. Soft 3D isn't just 3D with rounded edges. It's an entire language of material behavior, light diffusion, and emotional safety. When you see a soft 3D character, your brain doesn't think impressive render. It thinks, I want to hold that. And brands have figured out that I want to hold that converts way better than that's technically impressive. But this isn't just about aesthetics. There's a psychological hack happening here that most artists completely miss. Let me tell you about the weirdest A/B test I've ever heard of. A fintech startup, literally a company handling your money, tested 2 onboarding flows. One used sharp, geometric 3D shapes, clean angles, professional. The other used soft, rounded, almost toy-like 3D assets. The soft version got 34% more signups. 34% from rounding the corners. Here's why. Your brain is ancient. It evolved to spot threats. Sharp edges and hard surfaces trigger a low-level threat response. They say danger, weapon, stay alert. Soft edges trigger the opposite. They say safe, nurturing, approachable. So when a brand uses soft 3D, they're not being cute. They're hacking your limbic system to lower your guard. A bank doesn't want to look like a fortress anymore. It wants to look like a pillow. But here's where it gets interesting. The artists who command the highest rates in this niche, they're not the ones making the cutest stuff. They're the ones who understand that soft 3D is about material truth, not just shape. And that understanding starts with knowing what not to study. Okay, I promised you a curiosity loop, so let's crack it open. The best soft 3D artist I know, a woman who charges 5 figures for a single brand toolkit, doesn't study Pixar breakdowns. She doesn't watch VFX reels. She doesn't even follow many 3D artists. She studies pastry chefs, children's toy designers, ceramicists, people who work with clay, sugar, silicone, and wax in the real world. I thought she was joking until she showed me her reference folder. Hundreds of photos of fondant catching window light, Play-Doh with fingerprint impressions, Japanese squishy toys with dust particles in the creases. Here's what she taught me. Soft 3D lives in the imperfections. A perfectly smooth subdivision surface with a plastic shader? That's not soft 3D. That's a failed attempt. Real soft materials have memory. They dent. They catch dust in the creases. Light doesn't just bounce off them. It enters them, scatters around, and glows back out. That subsurface scattering you use for skin? In soft 3D, you use it for everything. Wax, gummy candy, soft plastic. The light needs to feel like it's inside the object, not just hitting the surface. But knowing what to study is only half the battle, because there's a trap waiting for you, and brands fall into it too. Alright, here's the trap I mentioned, and it's killing portfolios right now. Artists see soft 3D trending. They download a soft shader pack, a few rounded base meshes, they change the color to pastel pink, and they call it brand work. Brands do it too. They hire a generalist, say, make it look like that soft 3D thing, and end up with something that looks like a dribble clone from 2022. The result? Audiences are getting soft 3D fatigue. Everything looks like it came from the same 5 asset packs. The magic is wearing off. Here's the unexpected twist. The brand's paying top dollar right now. They're not looking for soft 3D. They're looking for their soft 3D. A luxury skincare brand wants soft 3D that feels like porcelain and silk. A gaming startup wants soft 3D that feels like collectible vinyl toys. A meditation app wants soft 3D that feels like morning light hitting a cloud. Same niche, completely different languages. So if your portfolio is just 5 pastel blobs with no context, you're not showing brands that you understand the niche. You're showing them you can follow a trend. Soft 3D isn't a filter. It's a language, and you have to be fluent enough to speak it with different accents. Which brings us to the question you're actually here for. How do you break into this? And why is the window wide open right now? Here's the business reality that should make you sit up straight. For the last decade, every 3D tutorial on YouTube taught the same thing. Hard surface modeling, photorealistic texturing, cinematic lighting. Everyone and their grandmother can make a sci-fi corridor now. But soft 3D, tactile, emotional, imperfect 3D, there's almost no one teaching it systematically. That means demand is exploding and supply is tiny. It's a blue ocean in an industry that's otherwise blood red with competition. I looked at freelance rates last month. Generalist 3D product visualizers, $40 to $80 an hour. Artists who specialize in soft, branded 3D systems, $150 to $300 an hour. And they're turning down work. But here's the part that should really get you moving. AI can't do this well yet. I know. AI can generate everything. But soft 3D requires intentional imperfection, asymmetry that feels human, material choices that match a brand's specific emotional tone. A fingerprint smudge placed exactly where it creates trust, not disgust. AI defaults to average. It smooths things out. It makes symmetrical, sanitized, predictable blobs. The exact thing that kills a soft 3D piece. The human touch isn't just preferred here. It's the entire product. So the artists who master this now, who build the taste and the material fluency before the tools catch up, are going to own this niche for years. But what does mastering it actually look like in practice? Okay, practical mode. If you wanted to start selling soft 3D work next month, what would you actually do? Step 1. Pick one physical material and study it like you're getting a PhD in it. Not the shader settings, the actual physics. How does wax crack when it's cold? How does silicone rebound when you press it? How does ceramic glaze catch light differently than plastic? Step 2. Master one soft sculpting brush. In Blender, it's the blob brush. In ZBrush, it's the clay buildup with a soft alpha. Most soft 3D is sculpted, not box modeled. You need to think like a ceramicist, not an engineer. Step 3. Animate one squish. Just one. A ball hitting the ground and compressing. A character pressing a soft button. Brands pay massive premiums for artists who understand soft body motion because it sells the fantasy better than any shader. Step 4. Build a mini portfolio of 5 pieces. But here's the critical part. Each one should feel like it belongs to a different brand. One should feel like a luxury spa, one like a fintech app, one like a children's toy company. Show range within the niche. And remember that fatal error I mentioned. The one brand spot in half a second? It's perfection. If your soft 3D looks too clean, too symmetrical, too computed, it fails. The fingerprint is the feature. The slight dent is the detail. The imperfection is what makes it feel expensive. So there it is. Soft 3D isn't a trend. It's a shift in how brands communicate trust, comfort, and humanity in a digital world. And the artists who speak that language fluently are about to be very busy. If this video opened your eyes to a niche you didn't even know existed, here's what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button, because this channel is where we talk about the 3D industry shifts that actually matter, the niches, the workflows, and the business realities that move the needle. Every week, we break down what's working right now, not what worked 3 years ago. Drop a comment and tell me, had you heard of Soft 3D as a niche before this? And if you're going to try it, what brand would you want to create Soft 3D for? I read every single comment, and your answers shape what we cover next. Like this video if it gave you a new direction to explore. It tells YouTube to put this in front of other 3D artists who are stuck making the same sci-fi corridor as everyone else. Share it with that one friend who's been struggling to find their niche. This might be the thing that clicks for them. The window is open. The brands are looking. And the competition? Way smaller than you think. Keep sculpting. Keep it soft. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.